Hey there, Dak here with an explainer video. This video is meant to provide answers, or at least act as a guide, by providing some personal background for context. I'll be listing and describing the factors I consider when critiquing images. I'll let you know why I'm doing this. And I'll let you know who these critiques are for. All right, working backward from that list. Who are these critiques for? These critiques are for the beginner and intermediate photographer who could benefit from some straight talk. The critiques are not meant to be taken personally. They are simply educated observations from someone who has critiqued many, many images and has been critiqued by many, many judges. All right, so why am I doing this? Well, I'm a bit of a photo nerd. I simply find listening to critiques to be fun and educational. Whether I agree with the critique or not, it's an opportunity to learn something. Sometimes I learn that judge doesn't know what they're talking about. And you might end up thinking the same thing about my critiques. That's just fine. What's refreshing, though, is when a judge points out something I didn't see or think of. Those are the nuggets I remember when I'm out with my camera. And that's the main point I'd like you to carry away from this and all critiques. Critiques get you to look at your photos with a critical eye. Finally, how do I critique? Well, there's close to a cajillion ways to analyze an image, but I try to focus on just a handful of factors. And those factors are composition, lighting, technical, emotion, and storytelling. You can easily go down a rabbit hole for each of those. So for the sake of sanity, at a high level, that's what I focus on. Other judges will have different lists or weigh their scoring differently from the same list. It's not an exact science. I also need you to know that part of my critique style is to have a little bit of fun. So don't be surprised or offended if I modify an image to help make a point, or simply say something that I'll think is funny. You may not. Once again, that's fine. Nothing I'll say is meant to be taken too serious. This isn't a roast. It's just an opportunity to learn something and have a little bit of fun doing it. Finally, you might be thinking, who is this guy to tell me about photography? What makes him so special? And to that, I'll say, whoo, take it easy with the attitude. I'm just trying to help. In the big picture, I'm just a random dude who enjoys photography and has found critiques helpful, so I'm trying to pay it forward. What's my background? I've been the president of a photo club for many, many years. I judge other camera clubs' photo salons. I host photo walks, and I even make a few bucks with my photography. So these are educated opinions. But I'm far from an expert on all forms of photography. But I have seen enough to be able to provide some insight on many genres. While I think I'll be able to provide some useful information to you, if you are deep into a sub-genre like underwater astro cityscapes, I highly recommend you seek a specialist in that genre to get targeted tips and suggestions. And that's the last point here. One judge's critique shouldn't be taken as gospel. So submit your photos, listen to the critiques, but know that getting out and shooting is going to make the biggest positive impact in the quality of your photos. For the record, this video concept is 100% lifted from one that photographer Zack Arias made. Just goes to show the power of inspiration. Thanks, Zack. And that's that. If you watched this far, thank you so much. Now get out and shoot something. Take a picture of something, photograph something.